John Fuller, CEO of Johnny Rockets Restaurants, where the staff dances every half hour, was the guest at the Orange County Forum at the Irvine Hilton Thursday afternoon.
What everyone's here for is they want to know about what it was like to be on TV. And now for those of you who don't watch CBS, John was on a show called Undercover Boss. And before we get into talking about your experience there, we're going to show a quick clip.
And CEO of Johnny Rockets, America's largest chain of 50s diners, poses as a former gym owner looking for a new line of work.
Hi, Tom Carter. Nice to meet you.
What did you gain from going into the experience, and did it change anything within the company, your interactions with employees like this?
By being a finance guy and kind of being process driven, and I was convinced there's an IT formula that could be written for everything on how you do every aspect of every job. I went into this thinking, well, how do we maybe improve our training, or there's got to be some kind of process related activity we can do to make the guest server interaction better, the cooks, how do they train or whatever. And so I went into it with that mindset. And so as I started to get to meet the people, I recognized how it's way more about how you interact with people and less about the forms and the processes and all that. So that's kind of the overriding, one of the things I took away from it.
Fuller said one of the toughest things he had to do on the show Undercover Boss was doing the dance.
To Johnny Rockets, come catch a show and win we go. Back to the boogies with the bomb again. Come on, everybody, grab my hand.
Fuller also talked about the current state of the economy.
The last 30 weeks we've been positive sales for 26 of them. And if you looked at the time period before that, we were only positive for 4 of the 63 weeks before that time period. So I would say that certainly based on our company and the different states that we're in, we're certainly seeing a comeback where people are willing to spend their money a little bit more. I think as a whole, California still trails the rest of the states. And if you were to look at like the restaurant companies that have a huge number of restaurants in California, they're going to report sales numbers that aren't as strong as other companies that have spread out over the rest of the nation.
Mark Eades reporting for OCRegister.com.